So this week we're going to look at the Latin word roots, ject, man, and cred. So the Latin root ject means to throw. The Latin root man means hand. And the Latin root cred means to believe. So we're going to look at a couple words, and we're going to look at how do we use the Latin root to help us understand the full meaning of the word. So our first word is projectile. I see that root, ject, and I know that means to throw. So this word's going to have something to do with throw. Okay, so now I need to use that to help me figure out what the word means, but it also has to do with how the word's being used. So if the sentence is, the projectile football went far. So I'm using the word within a sentence to help me understand. And I know ject has to do with throw. So I'm going to think the projectile football went far. So it's got to mean that it's going to go, that he threw it really far. My next word is manufacture. I see that root word man, meaning hand. And then I'm going to look, do I recognize any other parts of this word? I'm going to think, where have I heard parts of this word before? And I heard fact, like in the word factory. That's where I recognize it from. So I'm going to think hand factory. Well, thinking about how it's used in a sentence. So if I would say China manufactures good quality dishes. Then I know that man meaning hand, I've seen that word fact meaning a factory. So I'm thinking that it has to do with China having a factory that builds it by hand where they make their dishes. So this is helping me get as close to understanding what does this word mean because I know that man is hand. The last word we're going to look at is discredit. Okay, so I see that cred root word, meaning believe. I know dis means like not, or the opposite of whatever the word is. So if I had the sentence, Josh was going to discredit Julie's story. I know that cred means believe. Dis means not. So Josh was going to not believe Julie's story or make people not believe Julie's story. Okay, so I'm getting closer and closer to the meaning of the word, and then I would have to use the other things going on in the story to figure out what the word really means. But this is getting me a lot closer to understanding what the word means because I know that cred has something to do with believe. Go ahead and practice this with the rest of your words, looking at the root word and figuring out what the full word means.